Hello and good morning. So I'm going to show you how to make what is my new favorite breakfast, which is microwaved grits. Doesn't sound enticing, but it is. You can use any kind of grit or polenta. So it's just a coarsely ground corn. That's all it is. So it's kind of gritty. And I'll show you what these look like. These are some local grits from a mill near me. They come in white and yellow. A lot of times the yellow ones will be called polenta. And let me tell you, if you like polenta and you hate grits, it's all in your head a little bit, or it's all in the flavorings. So it's the same product that's cooked with water, sometimes non-dairy milk. What I like to do is super simple. And so when we've been traveling and we're staying somewhere that has a microwave, we've been using this. Now, one of the things that's cool about the Anyday microwave bowls are these lids. We're not going to use this lid. So I do like these and I do recommend them. I like the fact that you're putting microwave glass in the microwave instead of plastic. And even this metal on here is somehow microwave safe. I don't really understand that, but there's lots of things I don't understand. But for this, and when we make pasta in the microwave, we don't even need this lid. It's cool because you pull it up, it vents, you push it down, it doesn't vent. So you don't have to have a special dish. If you had a big plastic dish that's deep like this, or if you have another glass, maybe Pyrex dish that's like this, it doesn't have to be exactly shaped like this. But what's going to happen is this is going to cook so long it's going to boil. So if it doesn't have that head space, it's just going to boil over. And that's not really a great way to start your day. So this recipe is super simple, and I know I've made it for you while we're traveling, but we're going to put 1 cup of grits. Those could be yellow grits, white grits, whatever grits you want. And you can get, I believe you can get organic polenta from Bob's Red Mill. This is not organic. This is just from Buffalo Mill in Cottrell, North Carolina, which I don't even know, but Moss grits are really pretty good. But you do what fits in with your lifestyle. So we're just gonna plop these in. We're gonna put 4 cups of water. You could do 2 cups of water and 2 cups of non-dairy milk, or do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add some non-dairy milk to kind of make it richer later on. And typically, when you cook grits on the stove, you're kind of whisking constantly. It's not a quick, easy thing. So I'm still I'll let you guys see here. I'm just kind of whisking them around a little bit. And I'm gonna put a few drops of liquid smoke. You can do a few drops to a 1/4 teaspoon or leave it out. This gives that smoky flavor if you grew up with grits that came from pork products. This Lazy Kettle brand liquid smoke is one of my favorites, and it's because of the ingredients, and I'll read them to you. Natural liquid smoke. It's all natural, no artificial flavors, colors, or preservatives, no MSG. Some will have caramel coloring and different things like this, but liquid smoke is not a chemical. They burn wood and they catch the condensation, and that's liquid smoke. So if you like smoky foods, use it. If you are not a fan, so I grew up in Winston-Salem, North Carolina, and it's kind of like pork capital of the world. And so like smoked fatback and things like that were put in beans and grits and all of that. So I, of course, don't miss the pork, and I'm happy that the pigs are okay and not in my mouth. But I do miss sometimes flavors, textures, things like that. In this case, it's the smokiness, and this is a really easy, cruelty-free way to add smoky flavor to your food. Sometimes you can get mesquite powder or something like that too. I also have some smoked, I put smoked salt in here, and I just got some more smoked salts. and that's another way you can do it. And then we're going to add a little nutritional yeast in to give it a little bit of flavor. You could use a bouillon cube or two as well. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. If you are using your nutritional yeast to get your B vitamins from, if you're getting added nutrients in it, then you want to add it after it's cooked. If you don't have any added nutrients or you don't care, you can do it like I'm doing it now. So I'm just going to whisk it in a little bit. And then I'm going to cook it for about 11 minutes in the microwave, just like this. I have this under it. Usually I have one of those bowl holders, but ours are too dirty to be filmed today. And there are different sizes. So see, there's at least 2 to 3 inches for this to start boiling. And my microwave is 1200 watts. And I'm going to show you how to do some of this stuff in a second, figure out for yours. And I'm going to put it on 11 minutes. And we'll just start that. Okay, while that's going on, let me show you this. Okay. And I will come and close that ad so you don't have to see this. So this does have stuff in it, but like this is the Anyday site. And so what I did is originally this is where I got the timings from, is for the polenta. There's another grits as well. So let's take a look at that. So you can look up a recipe, or if you just wanted to, if you just wanted to kind of look up for something. So there's a speedy polenta. We can look at that. Possibly. There we go. And so for this one, you get to, when you come over here, you choose your serving size. I'm choosing 3 to 4 because I'm going to just put some in the fridge. If it will. Thank you. Then you can choose, this is where you can choose your wattage. And that's going to tell you different things that you can do, right? So like if you have 700, 800, and you can look at your microwave for that. Mine is big. It will change the recommended dish. So this is for the Anyday cookware. So as long as you find something kind of like it. And see, it says cook uncovered for 9 to 10 minutes, then add some more stuff and cook for a couple of minutes. So we're going to see how that looks. This one uses 1 cup of polenta. We're still using 4 cups of liquid, and that's where we're kind of adding nutritional yeast or some vegan chicken stock for that. They're adding butter and cheese, which I don't think you really need to do, but you certainly could. And if we go back, if I can move this out of the way. I hadn't seen this, the paleo breakfast, they're not going to be grits. So let's just don't even go there. But the shrimp and polenta, you could also make something like this and use vegan shrimp. You could use cauliflower for shrimp. Obviously, we wouldn't use the bacon or any of that. You could make it similar. But what I want you to see is I came in here, I took what I needed time-wise. So I realized if I'm going to do for half the amount I did, I would use a medium dish. This gives me a good start for what the timing would be. So hopefully that lets you see how you can go in and get their timings, get it perfect for your microwave wattage, because they've tested all of those already. So I feel like that's a really go-to spot when you're trying to microwave something. And it has things like how to do potatoes, how to do rice. I've made rice in the microwave. It works great. Pasta in the summer is like a dream. It's amazing. Okay, it just beeped. I'm going to get it out of the microwave. And it's really nice to have a pot holder or one of those bowl holders under this, because this is very hot. And you can see it does not look as watery as you expected it to at all, probably, hopefully. All right, so we're going to take our whisk and we're just going to whisk in here really good. Sometimes it needs to be whisked more than others. And you might wonder, if you haven't had grits, how do you know if they're done? If you taste them and they're too crunchy, they're not done. Now, if I let this sit here for a while, let's see if you can see the steam. Can you see the steam in this view? You may not be able to as much, but it's really steaming. So as I'm doing this, that means the water's evaporating. So this is going to get even thicker, and it's fairly thick now. Grits are served at many different consistencies, from kind of watery to incredibly thick. It's really similar to, like, if you go to an Indian restaurant, the dal may be really, really liquidy and soupy, or it could be really thick. So you can decide which one you like. At this point, if you wanted to pour in a little bit of non-dairy milk, you could do that. This would also be good with like okara ricotta mixed into it. You could even make it cheesier by adding some more nutritional yeast and maybe even a little bit of lactic acid. I'm going to take a taste and make sure this is good for me. It's perfectly smoky, exactly the way I like it. The 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast doesn't give it a really heavy cheesy flavor, but it's more of like flavoring it like there was some bouillon. So I think I might add in another 2 right now to give it a little bit more cheesy flavor. I don't have any salt. You could use your favorite salt substitute or put some salt. I also like a ton of, I'm probably going to put about a ½ teaspoon of salt. You could use a plain salt substitute. My favorite homemade is 1 tablespoon garlic powder, 1 tablespoon onion powder, and 1 teaspoon ground celery seed mixed together well and used as you would salt to taste. And I'm going to put a little bit of pepper. I really like big cracked pepper. So I'll show you how I make my bowl. Cheryl does not like the pepper. She feels like it's spicy, so I just probably put about a 1/4 teaspoon to a ½ teaspoon in there. And we're just going to whisk this in, and you can already see the nutritional yeast will help thicken it a little bit more too. If this is too thick for you, you could add more water, or you could add non-dairy milk. All right, and I'm going to scoop out a bowl. And these stay well in the fridge. They are actually going to harden up, but you can put them back in the microwave. And so I am going to take more ground black pepper. And this is how I like mine, with lots of pepper. And I'm even going to put just a tiny bit of smoked salt on there and mix that in. This is particularly good with scramble, like a tofu scramble. And I like to kind of serve it in bowl style, where there's that, then some grits, then some scrambled tofu, and then if you want to do some crumbles of like tempeh bacon or something, it's really nice. Let's see how it is. It's just the way I like it. So there's some grits for you. And we made them in minutes, hands off in the microwave. No more standing up at the stove, whisking and whisking and whisking and waiting for things to get ready. Okay, hopefully you enjoyed this. Don't forget you can go to anyday.com and kind of get the timing for your personal microwave.